it's time to jump into this Benz, and I know it's gonna be a headache because Benz are just a headache. What can I say? Yeah, I'm used to the BMWs, but man, this is gonna take probably all the tools out of my toolbox to get this car down. But hey, I'm up for the challenge. That's why we're doing it because I'm cuckoo, loco. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this and start ripping it apart because the parts are ordered already. They should be on. Some parts came already. Some are on their way. So I don't want to tap my quick jack. It's the only jack only quick jack I have. I don't have a hoist, and I need to do other work. So the faster I can get it back on all four wheels, then I can move it around and work on other cars and other projects. So I have to get it off here as quick as possible. So let me jump right into this and just start ripping this thing apart. I probably won't get to talk too much because I just want to get it done and, get as much done before little man wants to come out and play. Because once he come out, I can't do anything because I have to watch him. My daughter, I don't have to watch because she just stays around him. The moment he's just gone. That's just it. But enough about little man. Let's jump right into this video. It's about time I take off the bumper and start dismantling this thing. And it's going to be... Oh, man. Anybody want a headlight to buy? Because we're not reusing these ones. There is a lot of freaking things to take off just to take off this rebar. I don't care what anybody say. I love my BMWs because man, all these. Look at this. It's hidden. It don't come out. So I don't know how I'm gonna get that off because if it won't pass there, even if I take those, I don't know. I guess I have to figure it out. So I'll just go on and take these stuff off in the meantime. I think I'm gonna empty out my entire toolbox just to take this thing apart. All right, so I finally figured out. So to get the crash bar off, you have to take out these two screws. But this screw is too long. It's going to hit here. So what you have to do is take this screw out from the other side. There's a clip in there you got to take out. You got to remove this bolt. And then while you're lifting this up, you have to be screwing this one out at the same time so everything comes up together. Now, if that's not the lamest shit I know, and that's when you can get this off. So you can get this off. Like, that is crazy. So you have to be moving this and doing this screw at the same time for this to come off to get this off. So some of the wires are caught behind the crash bar where it had bent. So now I gotta try and unbend it so I can get those wires out without ripping into them. So I'm gonna find something around here that I can shove in there and try and rip it out because I don't want to rip those wires off and I have to start patching wires. So I'm gonna see what I have around here that I can use. After all that time, the crash bar is finally off, and now it's time to start on the suspension. So now I got to take off all the control arms and the end links and all that stuff just so I can get the subframe off, because all that's on the subframe and I don't want to take it off with all that weight on it. Just me, I don't have a hoist, it's hard on the floor. So I'm going to take all that stuff off and then take the subframe off. Once all that stuff is off, All I gotta do is just put the engine brace on, or hoist, or whatever you want to call it. Once I put that on, then I can just put a jack under there, unbolt it. Oh, sorry, I gotta take the steering rack off too. Once I take that off, then the subframe is free to come off. So let's jump right into that. So this is where we're at. I got the crash bar off, bumper bar, whatever you want to call it. And now you can get a better look at the subframe. And there she is, all torn up. And now, look at that, eh? They use the same subframe for the front wheel drive and the the rear wheel drive and the all-wheel drive. So now I have to get all this crap off. Everything here, the rad, everything has to come off, because as you can see, everything is all connected to the subframe here. Subframe bolt is here. So all this has to come off before I can take the subframe off. So I'm gonna have to drain all the fluids and dismantle all the suspension down there. But all that has to be done before I can take the subframe off. So I would really like to start it first, but if I can't get it going, I'm just gonna start on the bodywork, because the parts are ordered already and on their way. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going at it and film as much as I can. But man, there's so much little pieces I gotta take off. Like, I'll try and leave these on here and just slip these off, and then when the new one come, I'll just transfer everything over. But oh boy, like, everything is bolted on there. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But none of the legs are damaged. As you can see there, that one is completely straight. It's not veered off to the side. And so is that one. But I know they wrote it off because of the subframe, the main thing. That down there and the rim. That's the major stuff, because all up here is fine. All right, enough talking. I'm just gonna clean up a lot of this stuff. I've been labeling everything, put it in bags. But now it's time to clean up these bags. I'm gonna put them all in a box. Some of the stuff there. I'm gonna do some cleanup before I jump in any deeper, because I hate working in a mess. This way I make sure all the bolts are in the right places. So I rip out the fender liner to find out what's the damage under here, and as you can see, this is what was imprinted in the rim, and no damage there. No, the seam sealer didn't even crack. The only damage is right there, like something hit it dead on from here to here. I don't know how it missed this line. It didn't even crimp the line, but that's the only damage there. So I'm gonna change that bar. And I'm also gonna change this other joint down here. Well, I can't even see it. It's all, just because it was pushed back so far, just in case it's bent, it's better to change it now while everything is apart. Besides from the fender and the side skirts, everything else is in great shape. I am really happy there is no, and I said no, hidden damage. So now I'm just gonna start disassembling all the front end here, so I can start unbolting the subframe. So first I want to try and get this rad off, and AC condenser and all this stuff, without disconnecting it. So I'm gonna have to find a way of holding it up. Yes, I didn't get a chance to shampoo the engine yet. It will all get done, but I'm gonna find a way of holding all this up so I don't have to disconnect any of it. That's gonna be a task in itself. I'm not looking forward to this, and this high suspension is totally fine. But I'm gonna set up and start ripping some of this stuff apart. Oh, I also forgot that this is broken off right here, but this is the only thing. Everything else is fine. So I already have this coming, the whole thing coming. I already have everything coming. Just a matter of when it gets here. And then this car is something else. Just to get these bolts off, the way it's put together, I'm not saying it's put together bad, it's just you have to move so many things just to get some of this stuff off, which is just crazy. You have to take stuff off the bolt. Like, I'll try and show you guys as much as I can, but man, it's just nuts. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining, but goddamn, I could save some time if I didn't have to do all these extra steps. But it is what it is. Here we go. The whole suspension would have been off by now, except for that beauty right there. Now that's some serious engineering right there. I'd love to Sorry. I love to meet the engineer who designed this and think this was a good idea. So now you have to drop this damn sway bar just so you can get one bolt out. Many more of this to come too. There it is, folks. It's finally out. And there's my ring of my jig up there. That's just to hold it on the radiator. So I didn't have to disconnect any of this stuff. But I'm gonna have to put a jack underneath to brace the engine, because when I came out, the freaking thing, the lift had let all the pressure out. It's a good thing I left the jack under there last night. But now it's finally out, and the new one is here. Got delivered to the wrong address. So now, just because of that crap there, now I'm just gonna go transfer, I think, just that heat shield there, or whatever that is. The mount, it was too hard to get this mount out. So this one was a lot easier. Actually, yeah, this one's gonna be a pain in the ass to go back in. But everything is out now. So the next video is gonna be putting this stuff back together. All right, folks, there you have it. The subframe is finally out, and now it's time to start reassembling the stuff. First, I have to go pick up the other stuff that was delivered to the wrong address and then bring it here. Don't ask me how it got delivered to that address, but it's there either way. So now I have to go pick it up and bring it here. Once it's here, actually, I'm just gonna start putting this thing back together, because I don't want to leave it like this with a hoist and a jack underneath. And then once I put it back together and get it on the ground, then I can start on my other projects. Because this is tying up the garage, it's tying up the hoist. But enough of that. But I'm glad it's out. You guys, yeah, I didn't show you all of it, but I showed you what I could show you. So that's it for now. See you in the next one. Later.